58 degrees this morning and no dew. Top of that bin's dry as a bone. Top of that one is too. Yeah, so is that roof. And, you know, being a good overcast. Maybe that means we're going to get some rain today. I don't know. I really don't. Because they can't make up their mind what the hell it's going to do. I can make up my mind. I know I hurt. So maybe it is going to rain. Oh, what do we got? Mommy and baby playing King of the Hill there. Well, she was cleaning him up. Now she just, I don't know, looking at him. Maybe she's still cleaning him up. So, kind of a warm start. And obviously, this cow's not out here. Excuse me. I guess that's what I get for checking outside first. I figured she'd be inside. Oh, I see her now, kinda. See past the light. Looks like she's still by herself in there. Well, we got 4 of those shoes off, kind of half-ass cleaned up last night. I just gotta find the material I want to add on to them with. Yeah, you're still by yourself? Then God only knows. Maybe Ty thought she felt something. Maybe she ain't got a calf in her after all. Who knows? I just don't. Last couple years have been real pain in the asses with calving season. Stinking hot spells screwing up the breeding, and she's one of about 6. They were all bred the first week the bulls were out. And no, they did not come back into cycle on a 28-day cycle, because they were actually bred. And a heat spell caused them to lose it, so. The shithole. As I hold the door open for the dogs. You coming in or you stand outside? Oh, okay. How about you, Blue? You coming, Blue? Oh, okay. Whiskey's a lazy butt. He's still sleeping. Say hi, Becky.
Hi, Becky.
She's cleaning some shit up so I can actually try to work in here. You know? I didn't find what I wanted. I wanted 4x3, but I got 4x4. The short piece there had a very unsquared end. So, sure. I just cut off about 10 inches because I need to make some bracing underneath. It'll be about 1 inch thick, and they may be different shaped, so what the heck. Yeah, getting off the steel rack up there was fun this morning. And moving stuff so I can even get to the drill presses. I just transfer punches your friend. I laid this one out first, and that's just the transfer punch marks. I'll still hit it with a center punch so it's a little better mark, like these are. Start with a 1/4 inch hole and put the transfer punches away before they get knocked over and spread out. And what I'm going to do, I beveled the hell out of the end too. Reason for the end being beveled is the radius there. It's going to go on there, and I'm going to weld it. And then that's where the new holes will be. There's your relationship. I went a little farther than I wanted to, just because I didn't want to take the time to cut the ends off. You know, time you cut an inch off here, it's quite a bit. But by putting the holes there instead of like over here, this top edge won't be up in the way of the disc. It'll be down below it. Hopefully it won't be an issue. And I'll probably take the grinder and just round these corners later.
You want to keep that?
And she's busy, I guess.
Well, you don't have to.
Keep it or throw it. Look at that.
What I got for it?
In the jerry barrel.
Do you want that taken apart?
No, that's garbage.
My lightsaber, it's crooked.
Yeah, look out, she's got a crooked lightsaber. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. And a half-inch hole, or half-inch bolt, but those things are 9/16 holes is what they're punched to. So I guess that just means they didn't think they were going to be very accurate with their hole punch. I mean, those things are punched on a machine. It doesn't take it long. It goes kerthump, kerthump, it's done. The first punch probably punches these two holes out and punches that out. Then the second punch bends that down, and bends that. So, you know, it takes them like probably 2 seconds to make one. Anyway, and I'm going to fuck them up in a few hours. I got too much time already, but, you know, $105 for the next size that are too tall. And if I screw these up and I got to do something different, at least these same ones are only $54 all day long. And get them, and get them, you know, within a couple days. So, yeah. Well, there's one that's done. 1/8 inch, because that's what I had. That'll stiffen that up. It can't go anywhere. It pushes up on it. It pushes into the bottom of the gearbox. I gotta clean some ningle balls up there as all. Those welds will clear. If they don't, we grind it out a little bit. But that's one of them. And because of the way these things move on a corner, that end, focus, you pain in the butt. That end, this was number 2 off that end. Still kind of warm though. You know, it's got wear, but there's still a lot of life left in it. And let's see. This is number 7. It's pretty thin. I'm not going to touch it because I just finished welding there. Pretty thin on the edges, but the center's not too awful bad. Yeah, number 1 there, it's probably the best of the bunch. Number 8, you can see how it's worn in from the side. So what we're going to do is, number 1 and number 2 are going to go over there. Because every time you turn a corner, that end, as you turn, you come around, and when you turn, that end goes like this. So it gets extra wear on it. And who knows, I mean, maybe the springs aren't set perfectly even. We're going to have to readjust that when we get it done, but we'll have to get it outside and find a flat enough spot. You know, kind of hard to do it when you're that high in the air and all the way up. So that's what we got going on there. And I changed my design on these a little bit after I did the first one. These two are a pair. They're probably going to be different on every single one of them. When I put this one up, this was back like that. Drew it up with the bolts. And we put a jack under it to try to get it to shift a little. Well, it didn't shift, but it made it so it sits in there right. It's going to work one way or the other. And I guess that's about it for the moment until we get them on and show you what it looks like when we're done. I'm not going to worry about the middle 4. They're should just be there to keep it from digging. I mean, hell, 14-foot swather headers have a 2-foot wide shoe in the middle. And the ones you actually ride on are on the outside ends. And I dislike stacking shit on top of a machine that's painted. But I can't seem to get it through her head not to throw stuff on top of it. Such is life. I mean, the paint jobs on these things are a joke anyway. You know? While it's in here, if I can get the I can get the rubber out of the way far enough. I probably should weld that back up. Hasn't moved in a couple years. I marked it last year, year before, and it's still pretty much the end of the crack. So, but anyway, I'm going to find some lunch and then come back and cut some more pieces. There's the finished product. It's a little warm at the one end, not too bad at this end. We're basically 1.5 inches from what it was. I'd rather have a little heavier pieces there on the sides, but that's what I had without taking a lot bigger stuff and cutting it up. Now you can see the whole differences, and there's one on at the far end. We swapped them from end to end because this end are almost like new, and this one's the better of the two off the other end, and you can see how thin the edge is. Pretty thin, but that'll last a long time, especially when we get the springs set again. So we may make it a little lighter than it's supposed to be. I don't know. The real warm one's laying over there, and that's way too hot to touch. But like I said, they're done. And yeah, I know it's a 2 for day. Brent Erickson wanted to see Ruby and her calves, so I then took that video and I got that up after lunch. The sun's out again. Holy crap, that's like the 3rd little sunbreak we've had today. Comes out just enough to make it hot and then humid. If I had the pieces to make the guard for the cutter bar drive line on here, we'd button this thing up today and look at the forecast and maybe cut something, but maybe not, I don't know. And while we're working on this, Piper Doug had an issue he had to contend with. These riser blocks, if I remember right, they're actually an option. You don't have to put them on, but they help lift the crop up, get it up into the rollers. He's got a self-propelled machine, and he got holes wore through, that kind of thing. So he was going to replace them until he called to check on them, and I think he said it was like $190 some bucks or $160 some bucks for each block. Well, God, on this machine there's 8 discs. That's 16 blocks. So he had some hard material and just cut triangles and patched them, get it smoothed up, and it should work fine. So it's getting to the point where we're going to have to think about that on these. But I got lots of hard material. I keep somewhere around here, there should be 15 or 20 old blades. If not, I mean, there will be here probably in a week. There'll be 32 blades laying here. There's 16 blades, I guess 16 blades. In December there'll be 32 anyway, or more. That works pretty good for that kind of thing. They're hard and they actually weld nice. So that's what I'll end up doing, because that's what I've got. And another little titty bit, we had that fan in the back room in the trailer over the top of the little air conditioner that we threw in there last week. And it set the smoke detector off a couple nights ago. The motor got hot. I'm thinking it was just maybe getting a little low voltage because, you know, heat of the day, and God knows how many people are using electricity, and God knows we were using enough in there to try to stay cool. The motor's warm now, but it was hot enough the other night I couldn't hold my hand on it, and I can hold my hand on some pretty hot shit. Oh, Ty said it was hot before lunch, but I just checked a little bit ago and I can hold my hand on it without any trouble. And it doesn't smell like it did, so I'm going to say it's good. We'll just keep it in here. Got my own fan. If I get 2 of them, then I can have a fan club. Anyway, thank y'all for watching, and I hope your 4th of July weekend has been safe so far. Keep it that way. And tomorrow's the 4th, so happy birthday, USA. Happy Independence Day, everybody. Thanks for watching. Well, there's what we started with. There's what we got. They're ugly, but they're in here. They're similar to the factory ones that are to cut even higher than this is going to cut. I'm thinking we should be cutting 4.5 to 5 inches. Maybe 4. Either way, it's better. Because we're a full 1.5 inches farther off the ground here. If you got to rock back, it's going to cut high, which that's how we usually run it, and it's too freaking low. So it better work. But both ends got 2. Now we just got to finish the other side of it. Get it together.